Previously on Struggle. Literally, what can we say about this map other than the fact that it felt claustrophobic no matter what part of the map you were in, but daggone was it a ton of intense fun. Danny Babinga knocked it out of the park. Welcome back to Legendary Metal Games. I'm your host, Joe. Today's map comes to us from Ribbiks with music soundtrack Nest from Kevin Schilder from Hexen II. Oh boy, Kinetic. Let's go ahead and get the chain gunners out here before we even get this map started. As you can see, there is a very forgettable archvile just guarding the entrance as soon as you step off that initial platform. And once we have the meatball out here, this becomes our classic case of Revenants versus Hell Knights. Unfortunately, neither one of them will be around too long. This map literally throws everything at you in the middle and end. So let's go ahead to get all this taken care of as we can get the two secrets knocked out right away. Firstly, let's go ahead, hit the switch, and then we're going to have a new ambush of Pinkies and Imps. So, Pinkies one side, Imps the other. Let's just go toward the Pinkies, get ourselves the chain gun. That way the Mancubus can help us distract. And then if we go back over here, now that everything's intermingling with themselves, we'll just deal with the things that don't want to fight and cut us the path around the room. Just like that, this area, no problem. And actually is giving you a teaser for an ambush coming up with the BFG 9000. So basically with that ambush, just replace the Pinkies with Cacodemons and you pretty much got the same idea. So for secret number one, as you can see, we've got ourselves the Supercharge. That's the one that's up there on the lift. So let's go ahead and take the Mancubus out of the most infuriating platforming section ever. You know me with platforming when it comes to console. So how do we actually get the Supercharge? That's going to be over here on the right-hand side of this area. So we can see the black and green aesthetics ultimately leading us into the next map perfectly. So let's go ahead and hit the switch. That's going to lower this. And then if we go through the back wall, which looks a little different, that's how we get the Supercharge. So there's secret number one out of the way. Now secret number two is absolutely mind-bendingly infuriating. Especially if you are on console. Because we have to hit a switch at the bottom of this pit, quickly platform up to the top, and get around the corner before the lift raises. So the lift is right here with the Hell Knights. And nice try, Archvile, just randomly poofing into reality behind us, but that's not going to work today. So go ahead, get him out of there. And let's also get the Hell Knights cleaned up, because this map really is not that difficult. Thankfully, as you can see, we actually do have a TDC this time. So our prayers have been answered. We finally got one of the final Sunlust maps without breaking the TDC counter. But don't worry, it will get very high. But it gets high not because it's difficult. It gets high because I was reckless with health management. I kind of used all the items as soon as I found them instead of saving them, and ended up getting myself into a mess with the final ambush. So go ahead, run up here. As you can see, now we can get up the platform where the Hell Knights were, and this is secret number two, giving us the BFG and some ammo for it, because we're going to need it. Immediately, let's go ahead, grab the BFG, and hit the switch. Stay here by the Barons, because you got a Cyber Demon behind you now. And as soon as everything starts infighting there, we can just let them all dogpile the Cyber Demon. That way we'll just clean up whatever's left. And let's be honest, it's gonna be the Cyber Demon, because it's pretty much hitting everything with splash damage right now. That's why the Revenants were taken out, and it wasn't even shooting at them. So let's go ahead, add to the mix, and get you out of here. Thank you. Enough of that. So let's go ahead, hit this switch, and now as you see, that activates the platform. So a bit of a takeaway from Lost Civilization in the very first map where we had to restore the platform before we could use it. So now let's head on up. There's the Megasphere. That's one of our 4 items that we have in this one. And at this point, we've got a bit of a mess. You can't peek your way into this room because you're going to have a Revenant behind you. and then Revenant's right there with you. So let's go ahead and take out the Revenant scouting party, because this room we're about to get into is the main hub room of the entire map. It's where all the chaos is going to go down, so just get ready for it. At this point, we at least want to try and get the chain gunners thinned out, because this area gets absolutely unmanageable quick, especially with how many different iterations of monster fights we have here. So let's go down here, hit our switch. Now we're pinned in with these 4 lovable souls. Let's go ahead and blast them out of existence. And just like that, we are good so far. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the rocket launcher, get ready for the next kind of whoopsie ambush here, as I honestly thought that would have got me a lift. I wasn't really expecting an ambush here, but that's alright. Anytime we got the Archvile involved, the BFG's gonna come out, because I am not risking potentially missing the thing. So, go ahead, get him out of there, get the Hell Knights cleaned up, and this area is good. As you can see, our TDC is still very low. It's not taken very many attempts to get this far. But don't worry, it's gonna become unhinged right at the end. So, just know, as long as you go into the final ambush with a lot of health and armor, you'll be perfectly fine in this map. It is honestly much more doable than most of them in Sunlust. So, let's go ahead and pull down the wall that's protecting the Cyber Demon, and let's just kind of hang out over here, because we want to get a clear line of sight on the 2 waves of tomatoes as they float in, staying basically in the center of the arena to make everything have to work to get to us, as we keep pushing back the imps, just like we did in the last map, Proxion. This is literally like a hybrid ambush, partly Proxion and partly the final fight of it. If you remember, we had the wave of Cacodemons and the Cyber Demon literally in that fight as well, when we were going for the yellow key. So, let's go ahead. Take all the enemies out, as they are basically just reusing the concept of the ambushes between this map and the last one. Literally, the idea of the imps flooding into 2 different areas is basically the staircase fight, and the idea of the Cacodemons just flooding the arena with 1 random Cyber Demon is literally how the yellow key fight started. So, I'm not sure if it's Ribbiks paying homage to Danny Babinga's work, or if both of them just had the same idea for a level concept, and this is what happened. Danny Babinga made his, and Ribbiks made his. That's at least what I like to think in my own head canon, because I know they're probably not going to ever tell me. So, let's go ahead and get the Cyber Demon out of here. I mean, the tomato's just a distraction at this point. And let's go ahead and just like that, out of here. Alright, let's go ahead, get the yellow key card. B-Ray, this is why we saved the BFG ammo. You're going to need it, because we've got like 4 or 5 Archviles that come down immediately to try and revive everything in this room. You don't want that. So instead, let's go ahead. Now we have the yellow key card, which is the only key you need to exit. And let's get ready, oddly enough, for the final ambush. Yes, this is a quick one. Let's head back up here again with our infuriating platforming section, which took me way too many tries to get up. And now, get ready to take the plunge. Let's immediately get ourselves the supercharge. Let's get the ammo, rockets, and here it comes. So, Cyber Demon's gonna be there. We can get him tricked into taking out most of this stuff. We can bottleneck the Revenants here in the middle, just to get a ton of hits on them and get the Cyber Demon basically pinned in there with him. So, now that he's pretty much got this area under control, we'll go back here, get ourselves some breathing room, get the enemies out, and you can already see where the health problems are coming into play here. So, go ahead, work our way back through Revenants to get him pushed back this way toward the Cyber Demon, because right now he is pretty much our only lifeline in this area, and if they try to pin us in, they get the BFG. So, get them out of here, and just like that, we are good. Let the Cyber Demon handle the rest. Now, this is why I said I had so many problems with the TDC counter. Look at where it is right now, 18. That's how many times it took me to get to this point in the map. Successfully. Now, it's just a get uncontrollable. And again, this is because I let my health and armor get so low here. If you can save your items and make sure to get here with more health, this will not be a problem, because as long as you stay in the very back, the Archviles can't actually hit you. The biggest challenge is literally just preventing the herd from getting all the way down here. Keeping the Cyber Demon alive is going to help with this, but the main problem I ran into is the fact that the Cyber Demon would literally still go after me, despite there being this many things hitting him. So, let's go ahead, back ourselves into a corner, which is never good. And at this point, we have this many enemies left to fight our way out of. As you can see, when we are this low on health, pretty much any slight blowing of the wind takes us out. So, let's go ahead back over here. Again, just clean up all the barons. We'll deal with the Archviles in a minute, because as long as you don't hit them with splash damage, they cannot attack you this far away. So let's go ahead and get them out of here, just like that. Got it. And now the rest of it is just elementary cleanup. So go ahead and attack them. We've got the pole back here that we can duck behind. And at this point, the map is pretty much over. So what do we say about Kinetic? Literally, to me, this feels like Ribbiks' version of MAP26 Proxyon. It almost, to me, feels like the two of them tried to make the exact same level, just because of how similar a lot of the two ambushes were between them. The fact that we had chambers where imps got flooded on you from both sides, the staircase fight in Proxyon and the BFG fight in this one, so that you constantly had to shoot them back with rockets from each side, and the fact that we had the same flood the room with cacodemons, and you get a cyber demon in there too, just like the beginning of the Yellow Key fight. Just feels like they both tried to make the same level and they decided to go with their own. I'm not sure, but either way, very fun. Loved it. If you've not already, please check out the Sunlust playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Some more Can See videos, and we'll see you back next time. Take care, everyone.